Hey all, so this is the Queens of Salvation Immortal Killer event. The deck you can see on the screen is the main deck I am using. This is mainly the Glorious Golems deck with one event card. Now there are a few changes for this event. The first one is the addition of Mercenary bosses. We go to the store. That's the new feature. Collect Mercenary heroes to unlock special rewards. Now I've already managed to collect 5 of them, so I'm going to claim this card here, Amy. I can forge one of the 2 cards, but I'm not going to use my tokens yet to claim one of those cards. I'm going to wait for a commander event. I already have a pretty decent team for this event. So the team I am using is mainly the Glorious Golems deck with one event card. Go through the cards, they're all immortal killer. If you have this card and the event deck, I can imagine you doing huge amounts of damage. Since this gives a damage boost to all immortal killer cards, you can use this with the event deck to increase the damage by a huge amount. Then we have these 3 cards to spawn power gems. And that's the event card. That also increases immortal killer attack. It's only by 100% though. I have not noticed much difference with this damage boost and the damage boost from the ultra rare from the commander deck. So with this deck, there are 2 ways to play. Firstly, it's worth noting we are holding the guild cloak bosses. Everyone in the guild has an unclaimed cloak boss. They're reasonably high value and we're going to be saving those for a frenzy later on. We're also stacking up higher value bosses for tags. So let's take on a solo boss. This is the first method. So this deck can either be used for 2 turns or 3 turns. The 2-turn method is quicker but hardly does any damage compared to the 3-turn method. So with 2 turns it's just use all the cards in order. That does enough damage to defeat a normal Cobalt solo boss in 1 key. The more effective method can kill really high value bosses in 1 key as well. It can do around 4 trillion. I'm going to lock this boss though as it does take 3 turns. I don't want someone else stealing it. So first turn, just match anything. And then use this card to get the supercharged buff. Then after that, use all the cards and the damage goes up by quite a lot. And this is only 1 key as well and mainly using a commander deck. Here we go. Yeah, that's doing over 4 trillion actually, closer to 5 trillion. And that's with 1 key, so with 3 keys that would be doing around 25 trillion. as I am a totally free player, that's a huge amount of damage. I think that's actually the most damage I have dealt in an event so far, believe it or not. So let's see what else I can get to spawn. I don't really want that world. I'm going to tag the Eternal World. That will die too fast. Probably already dead. Oh no. No, it's still alive. I'm surprised. They normally just die instantly. I'm just going to tag that. There we go. So there are more of our own solo bosses. Let's claim some of these guild bosses. I'm only really focusing on tagging the Inferno or Eternal bosses of Onyx value or higher. Anything else I'm just normally killing. Need to remember not to claim the Cloak boss. We're saving those for a frenzy, which will likely be on Saturday or Sunday. I would have thought when the bosses increase in value. So there we go, that's one of our own bosses. It would be nice if a Mercenary boss spawned. I'm wondering if I can make that happen. So on really weak bosses like this one, this just kills kills the enemy instantly. The team kills the enemy instantly, I was meant to say. There we go. I mean, that's doing over 100 billion on turn 1, so I can get 5% or 15% on some bosses just by using battle boosts like this and doing one attack. So there we go, this should do around 400 billion. That gets me 15% on that boss. It's a bit of a waste of keys though, doing it on lower value bosses like that. I really need to save up when the Radiants are there. I'll just try it with 3 keys this time. See if I can get 15% on turn 1. Yeah, there we go. I was able to get 15% with just 3 keys, so that's useful for getting a few extra trophies early on before the bosses get too strong. These are all junk bosses up. I just don't like this slow loading when you close a solo boss. This has been a problem for a long time. They need something that gets rid of all the defeated solo bosses on the screen, really. Just a button that's like a clear all button, I guess. I'm just going to tag this one, it's probably going to die instantly. Yeah, there we go. It would be nice if I could get a bigger boss to spawn, but it's only day 1 of the event. However, I do like that there's more of my own solo bosses. At least I won't be pressing that little X in the corner quite as much. I'll still be pressing it a lot though. Yeah, again, nothing good seems to want to spawn. Might have a go at this one. I think it's going to die instantly though. Yeah, it's already been defeated. I'm just going to test out the team on this top Eternal. I want to see how much this can actually do with Battle Boost. So here we go. This should do around 25 trillion. Let's see though. Yeah, it's not far off. Actually, it's over 25 trillion. It's more like 28 trillion. So that's a nice damage. That's probably enough to take out the higher value bosses later on. Would have thought that's actually enough to defeat an Umbral as well. I normally have problems with Umbrals. So the final thing, I'm going to go back to the screen over here. The season quests. When it loads, it takes a bit of time to load. Just to remind you all that you can use your coins to claim older ultimates from the season. For example, I could go and claim one of these two cards. I'm not going to do that yet. I'll wait until the end of the season and see if I get any of the Ultra or Master Heroes from the Vault. I only normally buy up to tier 3 of the Vault. And I think that about covers this event. I hope that was helpful. I'm really happy with the amount of damage I can deal this event. The Glorious Golems deck has proven to be one of the strongest decks they have ever released, if not the strongest. And it's one of the main decks I pretty much use in a lot of events. If you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this, feel free to let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.